Hello, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in to Eat Your Spanish each week. We're already halfway through the first season. Can you believe it?
Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe it. Yeah, thank you so much for listening, amigos. Your support really means the world to us. If you've been a dedicated listener and you're looking for a way to help support our work, there are a few new ways that you can help.
Our show has at least 1,000 listeners for every episode, and sometimes as many as 3,000. So far, we have 8 Patreon subscribers supporting the show, and we are so grateful to our patrons for helping keep the show afloat.
We realize it can be difficult to contribute in this way for many families, and that's why we lowered our lowest Patreon rate to just $1 a month. It really does take a community of support to help Eat Your Spanish keep going, and with everyone's help, we really hope to continue for a long time.
And Patreon is not just a donation. You can actually get great gifts for contributing. For the $1 per month subscription, we will thank you and your family with a big shout out on one of our episodes. For $2 a month, you'll get a free download of every Spanish learning song that we sing on the podcast. Plus, you'll have the opportunity to have your question answered in one of our listener call-in episodes.
For $5 a month, you get access to all of that, plus we'll send you a link to special Eat Your Spanish printable worksheets for fun learning at home, as well as stickers. And last but certainly not least, for $10 a month, you get all that other great stuff we just listed. Plus, we will add one of your family members into an upcoming Mrs. Elephant and Mr. Mouse episode.
Are you pulling my leg? That sounds amazing! Mr. Mouse, did you hear that?
Wow, dreams really do come true.
The link to our Patreon is posted in every episode description, or you can find it by going to www.patreon.com/eatyourspanish. Thanks for listening, amigos. Now on with the show.
Hello, friends.
Hola, amigos.
How are you?
¿Cómo están?
I'm so happy
Estoy feliz
to be with you.
a estar contigo.
Are you hungry
Tienen hambre
to sing and play?
a cantar y jugar.
'Cause on our menu
Porque en el menú
is Spanish today. Everybody sing.
Eat your Spanish, eat your Spanish, eat your Spanish with us today. Did you say spinach? No, I said Spanish. Okay. Eat your Spanish with us today. Eat your Spanish!
With Evan.
and Vanessa. Hola, amigos.
Hello, friends. Me llamo Evan. My name's Evan.
Y yo me llamo Vanessa. Welcome to the review session for episode 6, where we learned all about the new year, or in Spanish, el año nuevo.
Today we'll be reviewing the words we learned, and then we've got a special interview with our squeaky little friend Mr. Mouse, where he tells us all about his trip to Ecuador. If you remember from last episode, Ecuador is where he went to celebrate the new year with his cousin Ratoncito Juanito.
Then at the end of the show, we'll answer a question sent in by a listener like you. Are you ready to have some fun? Here we go.
Spanish review time!
All right, now it's time to take a look back at our lesson from last week. Evan, rewind the tape.
Hey Vanessa, I was so excited about New Year's that I looked up how to say Happy New Year in Spanish on my own. I think it was Feliz Año Nuevo. Is that right?
That's right, Evan. That's actually one of our words this week. So the words and phrases we'll be learning today are Feliz Año Nuevo, or Happy New Year, Medianoche, or midnight, and last but not least, Fiesta, which means party.
Nice. Why don't you say them one at a time and we can repeat them after you all together?
Sounds good. So let's start with the phrase Happy New Year. In Spanish, we say Feliz Año Nuevo. So repeat after me. Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Muy bien, amigos. Now on to our next word. Many people who celebrate the New Year have traditions that begin right at midnight. It's so exciting to stay up so late and celebrate with family and friends. Do you and your family and friends stay up until midnight? That used to be one of my favorite traditions when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. Although sometimes, when it gets a little late, I get a little sleepy and...
Evan?
Whoa, sorry, I must have dozed off. But yeah, I love when I can stay up until midnight and celebrate with everyone. I guess that leads us to our next word. Vanessa, how do you say midnight in Spanish?
The Spanish word for midnight is medianoche. So repeat after me. Medianoche.
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 Excelente, amigos! So our very last word can be used not only on New Year's, but anytime you celebrate. Can you guess what this word is?
Is it party?
That's right! So in Spanish, the word for party is fiesta. Can you repeat after me? Fiesta.
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 Muy bien, amigos!
Great job, friends.
Great practicing, amigos! Now it's time for our very special interview with Mr. Mouse!
Mr. Mouse got to go on an exciting trip to Ecuador to celebrate the New Year with his cousin Ratoncito Juanito. I can't wait to hear all about his trip. Well, I've got a couple friends and don't you know? If I told you who they were, well, you might say,
Aw, he's as tiny as a flower.
she's as giant as a house. Yes, it's Mrs. Elephant and Mr. Mouse.
Hi, Evan. Hi, Vanessa. It's so good to see you.
Hey, Mr. Mouse, it's great to see you too, amigo.
Hey, buddy, it's great to be with you.
Feliz Año Nuevo to both of you. Did you all go to any fun fiestas to celebrate New Year's?
Yeah, we did. We got to be with mi familia, my family, and celebrate together. We have a special tradition of looking at photos and thinking about all the special memories we made this past year.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And then right at medianoche, or midnight in English, we all held hands and jumped into the new year together. Believe it or not, Evan actually jumped right into a swimming pool.
Whee!
What about you, Mr. Mouse? How was your trip to Ecuador?
Ecuador was amazing! My cousin Ratoncito Juanito lives in a really awesome treehouse that he built in a palm tree. And it overlooks a giant volcano in the valley of a town called Cumbaya. It's definitely one of my favorite places I've ever been. And boy, oh boy, what a view! I could see fireworks stretching all across the night sky. We did have a close call with a bottle rocket. It actually flew right past our treehouse and nearly took off my tail.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, fireworks can be a little dangerous sometimes, but I'm glad to see you're safe. It sounds really beautiful there in your treehouse in Kumbaya. Were there any other traditions that you got to be a part of this year?
Mr. Mouse, what's so funny? Your face is all red.
Well, this next tradition is a little embarrassing. It has to do with underpants.
Did you say underpants?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know it's a little unusual, but it's a Latin American tradition to wear a particular color of undies on New Year's Eve to bring you a certain type of luck. Sorry. So they wear yellow underwear for prosperity, whitey tidies for peace, and red undies for love.
Oh, great. Thanks for telling us, Mr. Mouse. I hope I'm not being too forward, but would you like to tell us what color undies you chose to wear this year?
Well, yeah, I guess I could tell you. I wore red. I wore red because I was just thinking so much about a certain friend. And I just hope that me and my friend keep on being really close for a long, long time.
Aw, Mr. Mouse, that's really sweet. I hope all your wishes come true. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Wasn't there another tradition you were getting ready for? I think it involved wishes and grapes?
Yeah, that's right, Evan. Thanks for the reminder. When the clock strikes 12 at medianoche, many people in Ecuador and other Latin American countries eat 12 grapes and make a wish for each one. My 12 wishes were for pizza, spaghetti, mac and cheese, banana bread, matzo balls, bagels, eggs in a nest, sushi, mangoes, to meet Harry Potter, and 100 kisses from my secret crush.
Wow, Mr. Mouse, that's quite a wish list. I hope they all come true, especially the last one. I'm glad you had such a great trip. Thanks for stopping by.
No problem, amigos. Hasta luego.
Bye.
See you soon. Well, amigos, we're nearing the end of our review episode, which can only mean one thing. It's time to answer a question from one of our listeners. Evan, who is this week's special listener?
This week's special listener is a good friend of ours, Aiden from Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Aiden, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Aiden. I would like to know how you say leaf in Spanish. Thank you, adios.
That's a great question, Aiden. Hey, Vanessa, how do you say leaf in Spanish?
Oh, that is a great question. To say leaf in Spanish, you would say hoja. Would you guys like to try saying it with me? Hoja.
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 Aiden, I'm so glad you asked that question. Me and Aiden sometimes go on long walks together and look at all the different kinds of leaves that are outside. I wonder if you all can see leaves out the window where you are. Are they rojo, verde, anaranjado, amarillo? Leaves come in all colors and shapes and sizes. They're so fun to look at.
Now that it's New Year's, though, all the hojas that I see are kind of on the ground, and they're pretty frozen and kind of crunchy when I step on them like this. I kind of like stepping on them, actually.
That's true. It's kind of fun. I know the trees look a lot different without the leaves. Do you think they'll come back soon?
I hope so.
Me too. I think they will. Thanks for joining us today for this special review episode of Eat Your Spanish. We'll see you in our next episode. Until then, adios, mi buen amigo.
Goodbye, my good friend.
Hasta luego.
See you later. See you later, my good friend. Adios, amigos. Goodbye, friends.
Hasta luego. See you later. Thanks for listening to the Eat Your Spanish podcast. You can support our podcast by visiting patreon.com/eatyourspanish or by subscribing to it and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at eatyourspanishpodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Adios.